What's up, world? It's Young Dion, and I'm back with another Kingdom Hearts 3 discussion video, baby. Let's get this popping. But before I get into that discussion, it's gonna blow y'all's minds away. Check out these Kingdom Hearts. Hold on, wait 1 minute, buddy. Alright. Check out these Kingdom Hearts original brawler stats of Sora. Look at this, y'all. 116 strength, 116 magic, 116 level of defense. I'm balling, baby. Y'all let me know when y'all have numbers this high. Numbers so high, I exceed the sky. Y'all better remember that. I rise till I die, baby. I fly high. Remember that. Y'all better quote me on that one. Take notes. Alright, Vela form, 121 strength. Wisdom 116, we already know that. Master form 119 strength. I'm balling. Final form 122 strength. Baby, I'm doing numbers. Alright, y'all, let's get this discussion started. Alright, today I will be talking about Marluxia, the nobody of Lauryiam. Alright, y'all. Now, as y'all see Marluxia on the screen right there, he looks just like Lauryiam from Kingdom Hearts Union, don't he? Don't it? Well, that's because he is Lauryiam, damn it. But let me tell y'all what's going on. This assassin killer over here, alright, he's going to be resurrected, baby. That's right, the resurrection of Marluxia is near, baby. But yeah, the assassin will be brought back to life, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Okay. Now, we all know Lauryiam is the original human being of Marluxia, and he is from the timeline of Kingdom Hearts Union. Okay. Now, everyone believes Lauryiam assassinated that girl's name that I'll be forgetting how to pronounce sometimes. Serlinka? Something like that. Y'all comment me her correct name in the comment section down below. Her name is Serlinka, something like that. Something around those lines. Okay. Square Enix, she killing me with these names. But basically she was assassinated, and bam, Lauryiam came into the picture and took over like a big ballin' original Kingdom Hearts brawler boss. Okay. And when he did that, it showed that he is familiar with Vin. Okay, Vin and Lauryiam a long time acquainted. Alright. But somehow Marluxia and Vin have made it to Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep time. And they're going to make their way back into the Kingdom Hearts story of the present timeline, baby, which is our future coming up, and that's Kingdom Hearts 3. But the only downside to that is, in Kingdom Hearts 3, Tetsuo Nomura and Square Enix are not finishing explaining the ending of Kingdom Hearts Union. Sadly, they want to milk that cash cow for what it's worth and more. And fine, I get it, Square Enix. You want to make money. That's great. That's dandy. That's cool. That's fucking blues cool, handy dandy notebook cool. But let me tell y'all that pisses me the hell off. Alright? I want to know what the fuck happened to Kingdom Hearts Union. But anyway, I digress from that. Now back to Lauryiam and Marluxia. Okay. Marluxia is the nobody of Lauryiam. Lauryiam is the original somebody of Marluxia. Okay. And what's going on is, somewhere down the line, Lauryiam lost his heart in the Keyblade Wars, or just somewhere in that Kingdom Hearts Union timeline. And once that happened, his nobody, Marluxia, was born. Okay. Now, Kingdom Hearts Union was 100 years ago from the original Kingdom Hearts present timeline with Sora, Riku, Kairi, Donald, Goofy, Mickey, and the rest. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But, yeah. Now, the big question is, how did Marluxia live on for so long? And let me tell y'all why Marluxia lived on to almost Kingdom Hearts present timeline, but he met his demise in Kingdom Hearts Return to Memories. That's because nobodies do not age. Okay? Nobodies don't age. They literally look and stay the way they look as they were before they lost their heart. And that's exactly what Marluxia did. Because the way Marluxia looks right now is how Lauryiam was looking before he died. Therefore, Marluxia got to retain his youth. You know? And he did. And that's why he lived for such a century, damn it. A fucking century or close to it. And so did Vin. Because Vin obviously became a nobody at a very young age. But that's going to be for another video about Vin. But I'm talking about Lauryiam. Lauryiam and Marluxia are two different beings. And that was stated from Tetsuo Norma. And that's because we all know that, for example, Roxas and Sora are two different human beings, right? Roxas is a nobody of Sora, but he's basically not a nobody anymore. He became his own person, but he's still connected to Sora, which is great. The same rules will apply with Marluxia and Lauryiam. And the reason why Marluxia is different from Lauryiam is because, number one, he didn't have a heart when he was born. Marluxia didn't have a heart when he was born because that's how all nobodies are pretty much born. Number two, Marluxia lived for such a long time that he developed his own self, or Marluxia developed his own sense of self-identity. Similar to the way Roxas developed his own sense of identity, or the way Roxas developed his own sense of self-identity. There we go. They became their own people. They developed their own personality. That's what Marluxia did. And that's also what separates Marluxia from Lauryiam, his original human being. Okay, Marluxia lived for over a century pretty much. So he had more than enough time to become his own person, develop his own heart, and obtain his own personality. Through growth and through time, it can happen. And it does. It happened with Roxas, and it happened with Marluxia. Now, the thing about it is, Marluxia most likely developed his heart, his own heart, and became his own person, which is what Tetsuo Nomura meant by Marluxia and Lauryiam are two different beings. That makes sense. Okay. But also, it's possible that it's possible that Marluxia had a heart by the time he met Sora, because that was like 100 years later. Okay, from Kingdom Hearts Union time to Rechain of Memories, that's 100 years later. Okay, so that's more than enough time to develop a heart. And Roxas developed his heart in a less amount of time than that. So we know Marluxia had to have a heart. Most likely, yes. So when Marluxia lost his heart to Sora, even though he was originally a nobody, he wasn't really a nobody when Sora met him. He was his own somebody. Okay, so that would mean that the process of resurrection for Lauryiam and Marluxia would definitely happen. And let me get into that. That would mean that Marluxia became a Heartless after his defeat against Sora. Okay. And when Marluxia developed his own heart, when he lost his heart, he became a Heartless, like I just said. And that would mean that the nobody of Marluxia, which would technically be Marluxia, would be reborn once again, possibly without a heart, maybe with a heart. And that would mean that the nobody of Marluxia, the nobody of Lauryiam, or the nobody of Marluxia would return in Kingdom Hearts 3. And once that happens, that's how we get Marluxia back. Because that would mean his Heartless was destroyed. His nobody, sort of, would have not been destroyed yet. Because originally, Marluxia started off as a nobody. And that would mean that this would birth Lauryiam. Okay? But it doesn't mean that it can't also resurrect. It doesn't mean that Marluxia can't be resurrected either. It just means that Lauryiam is going to be rebirthed because Marluxia was his nobody originally. Marluxia was defeated, and once the Heartless of Lauryiam was killed and the nobody of Lauryiam was destroyed, that means Lauryiam is going to be resurrected again. The same way Master Xehanort was resurrected again. Or resurrected. And the same rules would have to apply to Marluxia because he became his own person in that 100-year time span. So that would mean that since Marluxia maybe lost when he had a heart, the same process that Lauryiam went through with the resurrection process will be the same process that Marluxia goes through, which means that Lauryiam and Marluxia can most likely coexist, most definitely coexist with each other at the same time, the way Xemnas and Master Xehanort exist with each other at the same time. Same rules would apply with Lauryiam and Marluxia. Don't get confused. It's some tricky stuff, I know, but that's Kingdom Hearts, baby, and that's why we love it. But basically, a Heartless of Marluxia had to be created if he developed his own heart once Sora defeated him in Rechain of Memories. Okay, now once Marluxia's Heartless was destroyed, that means Marluxia could basically have his own nobody who would really be his self, because originally Marluxia was a nobody. So basically Marluxia would be rebirthed as a nobody once again without a heart, because that's how nobodies are birthed. But it would still be Marluxia, the assassin, Organization 13's assassin. Okay? And the birth of that nobody will obviously, or the rebirth of that nobody will obviously be in Kingdom Hearts 3. So Marluxia will be brought back most likely in Kingdom Hearts 3, in my opinion, or after. But I think Marluxia will be brought back in Kingdom Hearts 3. There's a lot of hints that hint that he's coming back. That's great. That would mean that Marluxia will coexist with Lauryiam, because Lauryiam will definitely be brought back now, because his nobody, Marluxia, was destroyed, and his Heartless was destroyed. So that means Lauryiam gets to be resurrected again, just like Master Xehanort was resurrected. Okay? Or that means that Lauryiam will be resurrected the same way Master Xehanort was resurrected, because his Heartless had to be killed, and his nobody, Marluxia, was destroyed. That means Lauryiam is going to be resurrected. And since Marluxia maybe developed his own heart and had his own heart by the time, or well before the time, he met Sora and met his demise, that would mean that the same process would happen with Marluxia again. But the thing about Marluxia is he originally was a nobody, but he possibly became his own somebody. Now that would mean that there's a Heartless of Marluxia going around right now, and the nobody, which is Marluxia, would be rebirthed, like I said earlier, and then soon to be destroyed, obviously, by Sora or Riku or one of the 7 Guardians of Light, or possibly even Lee, but he may be a Guardian of Light, who knows. And that would rebirth Marluxia again, because Marluxia most likely died when he developed his own heart. So Marluxia had his own heart when he died, most likely. So that would be why he has his own sense of identity, his own sense of self-identity. And on top of that, he'll be brought back again after Kingdom Hearts 3 as well. So it's going to be a lot of resurrection going on. And that's basically all I wanted to talk about. It's some tricky stuff. But y'all remember, Marluxia is still connected to Lauryiam. He's just originally the nobody of Lauryiam that became his own somebody, most likely. And that's how all of this is going to happen with the resurrection and all that good shit, like I just explained to y'all. So y'all leave me a comment down below. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll be more than happy to interact with y'all. And please click on that bell button. Alright, y'all. Gone.